Brazil is the most historic country in all of international football. They have qualified for every World Cup and have won a record 5 World Cup trophies. It cannot be debated that they are one of the most frightening teams in the world. But when you look at South America, there's a clear lack of dominance in South America's domestic tournament, the Copa America. In 38 editions, Brazil has won the Copa America 9 times. Pretty impressive. However, that only puts them third on the all-time winners list, with Uruguay and Argentina way ahead on 15 and 16 each. Brazil has won 23.7% of all World Copa America trophies. Once again, a good percentage, but that only barely beats Brazil's winning percentage of 22.7% of all World Cups. Considering not all South American countries participated in the Copa America until 1975, you'd expect Brazil to have won more than 3 of their first 19 Copa Americas they participated in before then. In fact, at this point, they had as many World Cup titles as Copa Americas. Interestingly, Brazil may have the record for qualifying for every World Cup, but they withdrew from 10 Copa Americas, meaning technically, they actually have a worse Copa America winning percentage than the World Cup if you include those 10. So what could have caused this? What made Copa America so difficult for Brazil? This is Brazil's underachieving history of Copa America. Brazil participated in the first 7 Copa Americas ever, winning 2. 6 of the 7 only had 4 teams and were formatted in round robin with just 1 table. In the first 2 Copa Americas, Brazil came third, below Uruguay and Argentina both times. Remember, this was before the World Cup was even created, and Brazil were not a powerhouse yet. Third time was the charm for Brazil, as they won the Copa America in 1919 in Brazil, winning on goal difference mainly thanks to a 6-0 win against Chile. Their next Copa America came in 1922, where 5 teams participated. It was a 3-way tie thanks to a win worth only 2 points, so a playoff would decide the winner. However, Uruguay forfeited to protest the decisions of the referee against Paraguay, where they lost 1-0. So it was just between Brazil and Paraguay. Brazil would beat Paraguay 3-0. Brazil would follow up that win with a bottom place finish in 1923. Losing all 3 games, Brazil withdrew in 1924 and finished second out of 3 teams in 1925. In 10 years, they withdrew from 4 Copa Americas in a row from 1926 to 1935. Considering they finished second before and after this period, they definitely could have won at least 1 more Copa America. Brazil would once again withdraw from their next 2 Copa Americas before returning in 1942. By then, the Copa America had 6 to 8 teams every tournament. From 1942 to 46, Brazil came up short against a perfect Uruguay and Argentina team and missed out by 1 point in 1945 to Argentina. After withdrawing from the 1947 edition, Brazil came back with a bang, winning their 3rd Copa America, demolishing everyone. Ecuador 9-1, Bolivia 10-1, Colombia 5-0, Peru 7-1, and Uruguay 5-1. However, a final match loss to Paraguay meant they had to face Paraguay again in a playoff, which Brazil won 7-0. This was supposed to kick off one of the most dominant teams in the world, but a 2-1 loss in the World Cup final in Brazil to a Uruguay team they beat 5-1 just 1 year prior, and second in the 1953 Copa America, a withdrawal in 1955, and 4th place in 1956 would delay that dominance. Do you get it? Because silver is the color of the Copa America. At this point, Brazil was not the best nation in South America. How could they? They had no World Cups, only 3 Copa Americas, while Uruguay and Argentina had 9 and 10 respectively. However, a new generation was coming, a generation that would dominate the world for the next 12 years. Players like Gilmar, Didi, Zito, and what some deemed the best player to ever play the game. Oh wait, just kidding. In the 1957 tournament, Brazil came second, 2 points away from the winners Argentina. Oh yeah, and some kid named Pele made his debut 3 months later. With Pele and new members like Vava, Brazil beat France and Sweden 5-2 to claim their first World Cup in 1958. This put them as favorites to win the next Copa America and Argentina in 1959, and in the final game, Brazil and Argentina would play for the trophy. Pele scored, but with a 1-1 draw, Argentina won by 1 point. but Brazil would wait for their next opportunity in 1959, Ecuador edition. Only 5 teams participated in this one compared to 7 in the same year, and everyone just used it to play reserve players. Brazil came third. In 1962, Brazil won the World Cup for the second time in a row without Pelé in the final, which was good because he would not play the following Copa America. Instead, Pelé would go on a world tour with Santos. None of the regulars were actually up for this tournament as Uruguay withdrew and Bolivia won the tournament. Okay. Well, the next Copa America isn't too far away. Damn. So there you have it. Pelé's Copa America career. 1 appearance, a withdrawal, a B team squad, and a world tour with Santos. Neither he nor Brazil have won any Copa Americas during this space, as the counter comes to 21 years. They did have time to win 1 more World Cup though, and this is why Messi's my GOAT. By 1975, Pelé had retired from the national team, and Brazil would be eliminated by a lottery draw. Wait. What if I told you Pelé did win a domestic international trophy? Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Vataca do Atlântico. See, there he is, scoring in a
20 seconds.
minute as Brazil would win in 1960. What do you mean you never heard of this? What do you mean it shouldn't count because there were only 3 to 4 teams? What do you mean this is a long abandoned competition that only ever had 3 editions? This is why Pelé's my GOAT. By 1975, the Copa America adopted the group stage knockout format. In 79, Brazil came third, second in 83, and got knocked out in this group stage in 87. When Brazil was at their World Cup peak, they seemed to be at their Copa America lowest. But when you hit rock bottom, the only place you can go is up. It had been 40 years since Brazil won their last Copa America at this point. That's about the same difference between England winning the World Cup and me being born. However, Brazil would be hosting the Copa America for the first time since that Copa America win. I haven't mentioned it before, but Brazil won every Copa America hosted by Brazil. And the only Copa Americas Brazil have won was when the tournament was hosted in Brazil. So, can they continue that streak? Break that heartbreak? It would be their toughest challenge yet, as all 10 CONMEBOL nations would participate. Brazil finished second thanks to 2 draws, so had to face a semifinal of... Oh wait, never mind. They just put the 4 nations in a round-robin table. Still, in a clean sweep, Brazil beat Paraguay, Uruguay, and Argentina to lift their first Copa America on home soil in 40 years. However, shouldn't Brazil be better than relying on home soil to win the Copa America? The next Copa Americas were in Chile, Ecuador, and Uruguay, so you know how that played out. 1993 introduced invitees where nations outside of South America would be invited to participate in the Copa America. Mexico and US were the first, and Mexico would make the final. With 12 teams, a quarterfinals would be made, which is where Brazil fell against Argentina. So why is this called Copa America Dominance? Well, a new golden generation was blooming, with some of football's most talented players, and in 1994, Brazil won the World Cup at the United States of America, a football icon. This began a trophy overabundance that would finally seep to Copa America. Brazil would lose the 1995 Copa America on penalties to Uruguay. By 1997, Brazil beat Bolivia to get their 5th Copa America in Bolivia. That's right, for the first time, Brazil won the Copa America outside Brazil. It didn't stop there. They steamrolled the Copa America in 1999, won 6 out of 6, 17 goals scored, and only conceded 2. In 2001, they did lose to a Honduras team that didn't even know they were playing until the day before the tournament started. A World Cup in 2002, Brazil beat Uruguay and Argentina in penalties to claim the 2004 Copa America in Peru. They would repeat the feat in Venezuela 3 years later. 5 finals out of 6, 4 Copa Americas out of 5. Brazil was finally showing the dominance in the Copa America that they did to the World Cup throughout all these years. One of the best decades for a football nation in history. What did the next 10 years have in store? Turns out, not much. Going into the 2010s, there was a clear drop-off in quality. Even in the World Cup, from 2006 to now, Brazil have been knocked out of the quarterfinals every time. And the one time they didn't, well, they probably wish they didn't have. However, their Copa America runs from 2011 to 2016 are arguably the worst in Brazil's history. In 2011, they needed a 4-2 win against Ecuador to get out of the group stage, where they faced Paraguay for the second time, where once again they drew 0-0 and got knocked out on penalties. In 2015, they faced Paraguay again and got knocked out on pens again. In celebration of 100 years since the first Copa America, the Copa America Centenario was held. However, despite the huge momentum, Brazil completely fell on their face as they got knocked out in the group stage after a loss to Peru. This was Brazil's second group stage knockout in the Copa America, the same number of group stage exits as in the World Cup. Luckily, just when Brazil were falling into obscurity, the planets lined up and the next Copa America would be in Brazil. They beat Paraguay on penalties for once, and they only conceded one goal as they won the Copa America. Even better, the next Copa America would also be in Brazil after some COVID issues. Might as well hand them the trophy now. Wait, what? Yep, for the first time, Brazil would not win the Copa America in home soil. Finally, we come up to this Copa America, where Brazil got knocked out to Uruguay on penalties. Damn, penalties were not good for Brazil over the past decade, or quarterfinals. So, that's Brazil's Copa America history. 9 wins, 12 second places, and 7 third places. To be fair, that's still pretty impressive. The biggest stretch where Brazil weren't on the podium was 3 Copa Americas. A lot of countries would do a lot for that type of record. Yet, in the context of Brazil, you expect a little more, specifically a better final win percentage, where Brazil have won 5 out of 6 wins in the World Cup finals. They've only won 9 out of 13 in Copa America finals. Right now, it seems like Brazil's football is in a bit of a downfall, so their Copa America record doesn't seem like improving for a while. Well, I hope so, otherwise this video would become rather obsolete. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is the type of content I want to make, where we look into history and statistics of football. So if you enjoy that, be sure to like and subscribe, because I want views. Okay, bye.